Welcome back, Gamer Nation. Stephen Thomas here with another episode of Madden 12, the Bourbon City Coopers Franchise. We are getting ready to step into year 3, and we've got a few decisions to make, especially right before free agency opens up. We made it to the playoffs. That officially takes all the handcuffs off of us. We're allowed to sign any free agents we want. Anything really is open for us. I've kind of put together a list of, there's a few players that are running out of contracts that we signed on very short contracts. Obviously, some of our big dogs like Baltimore and AC Cobbs and them, we have them for a number of years. We signed them with pretty large contracts. But some of the ones that's not, Juwan Barksdale may be a drop. I don't know if we'll have him again. Delino Mosley, he didn't even play because of the breakout of Algernon McDonald. I am thinking about re-signing Chimdi Chekwa because he did great on special teams, and when he needed to come in to play, he will. Jasper Brinkley's another one I'm debating on, but I've also thought about just drafting a middle linebacker this year. Philip Wheeler, probably going to drop him. Keaston Pruitt, I've also thought about re-signing him just so we have depth at the offensive line. He also has a growth rate of A rating, so I think that he could be somebody. Probably will let Kevin Vickerson go because I think we'll draft or sign. I've kind of set some targets. I would like to, in the free agency, sign a stud defensive tackle, a stud returner, and maybe a stud middle linebacker. I think that would help us. The biggest thing that I've got to make a decision on is Roscoe Parrish here. He's been our return man. He's had 7 years in the NFL, but I feel like we could get somebody else, or maybe let Kyrie Mays or Tyree Baltimore be our return person. That is just something I'm going to have to think about. Actually, going back and looking at our roster here, I hate the way this menu is set up. If we look at our depth chart, let's go to wide receivers. And looking at speed, Roscoe Parrish is 94. So yeah, either Tyree Baltimore or Mays could hold that row. It's actually been that Kyrie Mays, I think, has turned out to be kind of the better receiver out of the two. Tyree Baltimore still a little wet behind the ears. And if you look at acceleration, Kyrie Mays is a lot better. Now, I don't know if the stats showed that. He doesn't fight for extra yards. That's interesting. And only a 2-star. So what is Kyrie Mays if we look at his player? His confidence is 5 stars. Wow, that's a big difference between those two. So that is something to keep in mind. Here we can see. So he had 46 catches for 693 yards and 5 touchdowns. Let's see what Tyree Baltimore had. So he was over 1,000 yards his first season. Wow. It didn't really seem like that. So maybe I'm just wrong. Tyree Baltimore did make some good catches early in the year. So that's another thing is maybe we sign a quarterback. I know that we got Connor Wasom. I just don't know if he's ready. So maybe our targets in the free agency should be quarterback, defensive tackle, middle linebacker, and then a returner if we need one. I've also thought about trading Dontrell Reeve to get some draft picks or move up on the draft board. We still have pro days that we got to do. So lots to think about. Anyways, if you are enjoying this series, I know this has been a long introduction, go ahead and hit that like button down below, but I'm going to go ahead and move to the next season, and we will see what goes on and see what kind of growth we have on the team, and that will obviously open up what's going to happen because I'm very interested to see. There'll also be retirements and stuff, which I don't think any of the players on our team are really old, but you never know. So there's a ton of stadium upgrades we can do. I thought this was interesting. of what we could do. I kind of looked through these just to see. I like this coach's audio device, but I wonder if any of these like make money. It's kind of interesting. There was one I saw down here at the very bottom. Personal replay system. That's interesting. A rainwater catcher. Oh, that's cool. A retractable field. Yeah, I don't think we got that issue. There's a lot of stuff here that's just not. We'll get wireless internet. I feel like that's kind of a thing you have to do. And I don't care about the visitors. Upper deck t-shirt cannons. That sounds fun. Let's find some of those little people movers. The concourse can vary, but these people movers keep the action moving right along, just like at the theme parks. Yeah, let's do that. All right, that's all I want to do on the upgrades. Because we don't know how much those are going to hurt us. We can really look at the stadium. Stadium sponsorships. 8 wins or playoff appearance. We probably could do that. The Nation Natural Gas Lines. The So-So Deaf Hearing Aids want us to make the company expectations of the conference championship appearance. And then the waste management weight loss. 14 wins is a bit much. Let's go. I think we can do this one. Yeah, let's sell out. Okay. So our stadium probably has a new name. It's probably not Cooper Stadium right now. All right, lots of firings around the league. I was going to try to trade. Do I go to trade block? No, it looks like. Can we put Dontrell Reeve? Oh, we have to find somebody else that would want him. Oh, okay. Well, I'll find this and see if anybody wants to buy it. I don't think he'll be worth a first-round pick. But maybe he is. We'll see if that happens. I don't think there's anybody else I was really looking to trade because we got a pretty solid team. I was trying to look over anybody that we had for a long time, but I kind of like everybody else we have. So I'll just leave him on the trade block and we'll see what happens. All right, taking a look at retirements. We had no retirements, which is what I expected, but just looking through here, it looks like Tony Gonzalez, Teo Spikes, Hushmanzada retired, LaDaniel Tomlinson, wow. Charles Woodson, Randy Moss. We didn't get to sign him last year. Unfortunate. That's okay, though. So not too many retirements. All right, let's take a look at player progression, and I can already see some huge growth. Looking at our quarterbacks, Connor Wasom goes up 6 to 76. Stevie Myers goes up to 83 plus 7. Not bad at all. His awareness got lots better. His accuracy went up 1. Oh, that's acceleration. Never mind. Let's see if anything like their throw power and accuracy didn't change. So what else went up? Like, why did they get... Okay, his medium throw is up to 87. Short throw, 97, 90 for both of them. Deep throw is still a little rough. Throw on the run, just a little bit better. Play action. Oh, Connor Wasom's so much better at play action than Stevie Myers. I still think Stevie Myers is better than Connor Wasom, even though they're both young, but I just don't know if that's going to help. We're probably going to think about that. All right, let's go on down the line. Let's look at our halfbacks. Dontrell Reeve, only +2. Algernon McDonald gets +4. He's a 79 rated right now. Nico Carter +6 to 77. And Delino Mosley, who's probably going to be let go because his contract runs out, +3 to 70. I'm still trying to trade away Dontel Reeve. I've got him listed on the trading block. We'll see if we get any bites on that. Algernon McDonald's agility is 99 now. 98 acceleration. Oh my God. They are studs. Algernon and Nico Carter. We probably could trade away Nico Carter and get a lot too. Let's keep on moving. I'm interested to see what our wide receivers have done. Ooh, David Johnson. He must be in decline because of his age. -5. Shakir Diggs. Wow. 88 overall. That's pretty good. I was really worried about him. He is an A potential, so that's pretty nice. We'll keep him, obviously. Tyree Baltimore +7 to a 91. Kyrie Mays only went +4. That is crazy. Kamani Joseph, a big growth year. Kenyon Walters, no growth. Oh, Roscoe Parrish, -7. Yeah, 8 years. He's starting to decline, so probably going to let him go. Barksdale doesn't move at all. That is quite interesting to see that. Looking at our tight ends, Heinzman gets +8. He's 87 overall. I don't think he played like that. Joe Glass, 72 +2. And Donovan Sanders, which I think was a rookie out of Clemson, he grew. He's in the 60s now, so not a bad third option. Looking at our tackles, Fitzgerald +3, Dyron Sparks +4, and Shundrez Campbell, so not bad for them. I do love to see the offensive line grow. +1 and +2 for Eric Taylor and Demetrius Potts. Would like to have seen a little bit more growth on that. Center, Zach Worley +5, not bad. Gordon Hunter +3. And Pruitt, who I was curious about keeping or not, he goes +4. He is an A growth, so I probably will re-sign him. Frederick +3 to 85. Mahan +3 to 80. And Keon Brand, who I think I'm going to let go, he just goes +1. Right tackle. Oh, Eric Miller +7. Oh my God, Laquan Dixon +6 to an 89. I'll have to look and see them. I might slide one of them over to guard and see if we can really hold the line. Our right side's looking really strong. Need to remember that for when we start designing the run game. Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. +7 for Dalton Sanders. Raphael James didn't grow any. I'm wondering if that's because of injuries or what. He is a C growth potential, so that could have something to do with it. So it looks like the Bs, Dalton Sanders is a B potential. He grew +7. Some of the A's grew +7. So it seems like if anybody's C or below, they're not going to grow, but I'm just guessing. We'll see what's going on. Right in, Rael Boyd doesn't grow. He's a B. Tylen Anderson +6 to 81. Wow, big growth by him. I wonder if injuries had something to do with that as well. AC Cobbs +6. Donovan Lawrence +3. Vickerson lost 2. He was one of the guys I was thinking about. He's a C. Well, here's Taylor Porter. He's a D potential, and he gained +2. So I'm not sure what is doing that. So that's interesting. Left outside, Deshaun Jewett only gets 1. +6 for Wes Shaw. And Philip Wheeler, who was just brought on real quick, he's probably going to fade away. We'll probably let him go. He lost 3. And I know he played a lot. PJ Strong, he was injured. Now he's +6 to 72. PJ Strong is an A. Jasper Brinkley, whose contract's running out, he did not change at all. And then Wyatt Trickett, +4. Interesting. Jarrell Austin, looking good, young man. 86 overall, +7. Look at our corners. I really want to see. Oh, yes. Antoine Best, +5. Tomaz Franklin, +1. Would like to have seen a little bit more there. What is he growth potential? He is a C. Gerald Thomas, +7. He is a B. And Chimdi Chekwa, I think I'm going to re-sign. Look at that growth. He's up to 75 now. Our corners are pretty stacked. Ooh, Marcus Doolittle, +4. I do need to look. Hold on. Let me go back to the corners. Awareness is a little bit better for Antoine Best. What is... Oh, that's really good jumping. I was curious about, like, just... guess the catching's all that matters. Play recognition, he's got a long way to go on that. Gerald Thomas is really good. That makes sense why he did so well. Man coverage, decent. Zone coverage, really well. Okay, well, that's good to see. All right, so we've got some corners who are good at one thing and some corners who are good at other things. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Free safety, so we Doolittle, and then Davin Walters. He had limited play time, but he does get +1. Kevin Ramsey, strong safety, or speed safety, however you want to call it, +6. Marquise Benjamin, who played a lot, only +1. That is surprising. Benjamin is a C, Ramsey's a B. Hunter Gibson, no growth for him on the kicker. He's already pretty good. And Brendan Bangley, our punter, +6. Hopefully he can do all the things he needs to do. So our biggest growth of the whole thing is, I can't search that way. That's unfortunate. I see a +8. I think the +8 may be the biggest growth we had, and that is Jeremy Heinzman. So he may have kept his job. Couple of +7s going down the list. So some decent growth out of some decent players. We'll have to keep that in mind. All right, so let's see what happened to us. The Falcons get the overall #1 pick. Bills, Giants, you could see this. Or Ravens, 6th overall pick. I'd say we're down toward the bottom. Yeah, we get the 28th pick. I'm not sure how that's going to go. That's going to be rough. If we look at I'm going the wrong way. The menus work very different in this game than NCAA. We get the 28, 60, 92. Yeah, I've been I put players on the trade block. I actually put 3 players on the trade block. This could be a conversation we probably should have had before now, but I put, as you all knew, Dontrell Reeve on the trading block. I also put Rael Boyd, our starting right end, because Tylen Anderson is almost as good as him with better growth potential, and Rael Boyd has been hurt both seasons. I also put strong safety Marquise Benjamin on the trading block because Kevin Ramsey is already a better player than him. So I thought we may get to do something, but I don't really understand the trading block on this game. So we'll just have to see what happens. This game is a mess. It really is. So just an update for those of you all wanting to know how this works. I actually was just messing around here, and I put the 3 players I'm trying to trade up on different offers, and nobody's coming through, but I realized you can go through here and just find out who needs what. So like here, the Chargers, they want a wide receiver and a defensive tackle. So what I'm going to do is go through here and find teams who need these positions I'm trying to trade. And if they're offering something like the Browns are offering a defensive tackle, that's not a good one that I would want. But if I can find some pieces, I may try to go in there and manually do this and find what we need. So I'm just going to start at the top. And if I find something that we need, I will let you all know. There's an 88 Grisham. We don't have anything they want, though. But I'll keep looking here, and if I find something, I will let you know. So I shouldn't make a joke about this, but I was sitting here looking, and I was just paying attention to the positions wanted, and I was like, oh, man, the Patriots, they want a defensive end. I could trade Rael Boyd for that, and it looks, and then I look over, and I'm like, okay, middle linebacker, 87. We don't really need that. It would be great. But then I was like, oh, let's get the tight end. Oh, it's Hernandez. If you don't know the history of that one, you may want to look it up. But I'm going to keep on looking. Though I am interested maybe in this middle linebacker. I would like to look at his age, though. Brandon Spikes. I'll have to look him up and see how old he is right now. But, yeah, interesting. All right, I've been doing some recon here, looking at Brandon Spikes and the Patriots. He has 95 tackling. He's not going to play over top of Jared Mayo. So coming to our team, he would be an automatic stockler. His block shedding is 99, 91 pursuit, 97 play recognition. The dude is stacked. He is in his third year in this game, so he's fairly young. He's 25. He's a big hitter. That's what I like to see. He's got a little bit of confidence. He does have a high motor. Had a couple interceptions in his career. He's forced some fumbles, lots of tackles. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. Obviously, we would get him more. We would save Rael Boyd right now. It's $26 million over 4 years. Not sure what they would do with Brandon Spikes. The other player I was looking at, he's second overall pick in that round. Okay, the other player I was looking at is on the Panthers, I believe. No, the Jaguars. My bad. Panthers, Jaguars, they're the same. And he is a defensive tackle. Alualu. He's in his third year as well. And he would play next to AC Cobbs. And this could be a devastating, great acceleration for that spot. Let's see what his shedding tackles are and all that stuff. 90 tackle, not bad. Hit power 84, power moves 97, finesse moves aren't that good. Block shedding is 91, 94 pursuit. Ooh, okay. I'm liking this. He's got a little bit of that, and he's got high motor. 2 sacks last year. I think we could help him get better on that. He's got 2 years left. He's $25 million, so that's comparable. I think we could probably trade Rael Boyd for him, and then maybe Marquise Benjamin for Spikes. I may have to throw in Dontrell Reed, but that would be fine because we've got draft picks that we can throw out too. But both of these players would be immediately impact players on our defensive side of the ball, and then that would free us up to look for other things. But both of these guys are in my radar. I'm going to keep searching. I'm going to research through the actual trading block and just see if there's anything else. But right now, that's kind of what I've found. Oh, they need a halfback, but there's no Dontrell Reeves only 82, so I don't think they would take a trade for Spikes for Dontrell Reeves. But I could throw in Marquise Benjamin. We'll have to see. I mean, I'll trade 3 players for 2 immediately impact players, but we'll see what happens. Well, I've tried multiple ways to trade, and I guess it's just not going to work. So my dream scenario is just thwarted. We'll see. We'll keep going through the offseason and see what happens. So sitting here trying to sign Chimdi Chekwa. He played last year for $390K. I'm giving him a bonus. He's making more, but I don't know if he's not seeming to take anything. Maybe if we give him more upfront money. But he doesn't seem to like anything we're throwing at him. I can't pay him too much because there's no sense in it. He did play well, but he doesn't like anything we're offering him. So it kind of looks like I've created a monster. I can't sign any of these players. They want like front runner money. And Keaston Pruitt, he's just, even though he's an A player, like an A potential, he wants like millions and millions of dollars. And I can't pay him more than our starter, who is 14 points better than him. So I'm probably going to have to let him go. Chimdi Chekwa is another one who surprised me. We signed him for a 1-year contract for $390K. I offered him like $1 million a year for a couple years, and he didn't want it. So I'm just going to let him go. And we'll just have to pick up other people as we go along the way. I mean, I have tried. I'm just not going to like it. Throws up an offer here of 3 point. That would be more than Antoine Best gets paid. And it's just ridiculous. So just not going to do with that. We've got 3 players that are better than him. So I'll let him go and we'll pick up another sub. Chimdi Chekwa did great, but these guys want way too much money. And I know we got the money. I'm just not going to throw it at them. All right. We're to combine scouting. This is really fun. Lots of people were let go. There's going to be a ton of free agents, by the way. So I'm interested to see this. I'm sure there's nothing on the trade block for our players. gathering all the offers that don't. Oh, Green Bay and New England have now offered us something. Oh, we can get. When it comes down to this, Rael Boyd for Barnett from the Packers, who's overall 83, or Spikes, who's a middle linebacker at 87, who is immediately 15 better. Rael Boyd is injury prone. I'm going to take this trade by the Patriots. This is a good deal. Lots more cap hit, too. Boom. Good trade. Let's go. Oh, my God. That's awesome. Okay. We'll see what happens now. I probably need to go into his contract and if it ever let me out of this loop and go in and check his stuff. That's a big trade for us. That's our first big, oh my God, look at this. Yeah, we'll definitely go in there and make an offer, try to increase this. He's definitely going to be worth the money. If he'll take this, I doubt it. He'll probably want more. Oh, okay. Sweet. Boom, locked him up for 3 years. We'll take it. All right, on the combine scouting, I'm losing my mind. We're going to have to really be mindful of what we want to look for this season. And I think since we signed our middle linebacker, we really could use a quarterback, which we still got free agency. Got to think about that. Quarterback, a wide receiver / returner. I need an outside linebacker and a defensive tackle. So I really want to look at defensive tackles here. And obviously a quarterback. A wide receiver / returner. We've actually got a lot we need to look for. An outside linebacker. I keep forgetting that. We really need a good outside linebacker to grow for the team. And that's really the only 4 positions I really think we need. And we got a lot of draft picks. Well, we got the normal amount of draft picks. We can always trade up and down. We've got Dontrell Reeve to barter. So looking at my guide here, it looks like, let's see, we got combine, finish scouting, and pro days. So we're going to have to keep these in mind. So quarterbacks you can do, the defensive tackles you can do. We should have done in linebackers, which I think I did during the season. Wide receivers we can do during this. So that's what we'll kind of go through here and look. I don't know how many quarterbacks we're going to get through. There's 3 first rounds. I just don't know if any of them's going to last. I really think our best objective on a quarterback is probably to wait for the either trade or wait for the opening. So, because I don't see any of these guys being any different than, say, Connor Wasom. So who did I scout? Probably offensive linemen and stuff, yeah. Another cornerback, Derek Barbo. Yeah, I'd like to look at him. He was interesting. And then I'll go through here and just any of these guys that look like somebody we need, I may bring them off. Because like I said, we've done really well finding players that have hit it. I didn't scout a lot this season. I feel like it's not took all my scouting. That's kind of weird. So I'll have to go through here and play around with this, and I'll see what I can find. All right, we looked through a few of the players. Here's kind of who I scouted on Combine Scouting. And obviously the numbers are just iffy. I kind of went with players all over the board. You can take a look. The overalls are not going to be complete because with like some of them, we just didn't get the stats that we need. We'll still have pro days and things like that to check. But this is everybody who I've scouted up to this point this year. We really got solid pieces now. We've just got to find players to plug in and players that will grow. So I'm interested to see how this season's going to turn out. But that's kind of where we're at. This guy's negative injury. What's his injury number? 67. Good grief. Okay, that's good to know. All right, we've hit free agency. I'm excited about this because I feel like this is our chance to really open. Let's check the trade block real quick and see if we've got any offers or anything. I guess you have to go to the next stage to get offers. Nobody wants our people. That's sad. We do need to try. I want to try again to get that player from the Jaguars. So I'll try to trade real quick for that. And then we'll go into free agency bidding. All right, going into free agency, I've kind of set some goals that I'm going to look for. We've still got the draft. We still need a solid defensive tackle to play next to AC Cobbs. While I love Donovan Lawrence, I don't think he's going to be he can always come in there when we have 5 guys up front. He's great for that at 77. So I want a defensive tackle greater than 85 if that exists. Quarterback, I am going to look for a quarterback. If the quarterback is better than 85, we may go for them, depending on who it is and their age and such. Stevie Myers is up to 83. It looked like his medium range is a lot better, so I'm going to set fairly high. A wide receiver / returner over 80. There was a number of them last year, but you can always draft speed, like I said. And then I've said I want a tight end over 80 if we could find that. Now, this goes fast and furious, if you all remember, so we may not be able to find that. So that's the fun part. I'm not sure how I'll cut this up. Sometimes I talk a lot while I'm looking, but I know the timer's running, so we'll just see what happens. All right, let's go into this. I wish you kind of got to look at it a little bit beforehand. We've got tons of cap. Yeah, we got 67 million in cap room. We're very low budget, but it's interesting. So let's just go into it. Let's go to quarterbacks and see who's out there. Carson Palmer, 84. I don't know if that's any better, so I'll just keep on moving on that. I wanted to look at fullbacks. We've got an 81 fullback. All right, let's stay focused. First, defensive tackle. Who do we got? Hampton, 85 overall. That's kind of what we were looking at. Tony Brown. Sean Rogers at 80 is not bad. I don't mind Franklin here. Jason Jones. God, he's got a lot of money on his contract, though. He's younger. He is younger. So I have to keep that in mind. $6'5", 280. I think I'll make a bid on him. And then I wanted to look at wide receivers. There's always some big names on that. Steve Smith's out there at 34. Antonio Brown, young Antonio Brown. We embarrassed him. New England's going after him. That's kind of funny. I was wanting to look at speed on them. This Avery kid, Donnie Avery, 94. 8.51 million over 5 years, though. I don't know about that. Yeah. Is that Deion Branch? 30. All these guys are super old. I just don't know if I want to go for them. Let's go back and look at the defensive tackles again. It looks like we've lost our bid. Unfortunately. That went really quick, didn't it? Okay, we'll go back after Jason Jones. 31 million over 5 years. Good grief. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. May want somebody else to get that. And I want to look at tight ends real quick. Shienko. I think he played for the Vikings at one point. These guys are so old, though. I don't know how much we would get out of them. Our tight end is 87, our backup 72, so it's just not to the point where I'm going to worry about it. This is went. Okay, so we did get Jason Jones, so that gives us 280 plus defensive tackles. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I'm not too worried about it. I just don't feel the need to bid on some of these players that are super old. Like on cornerback, we go 88, 78. So yeah, we've got good players. We just don't need to throw money. A right outside linebacker, if there's something out here, could be good. But we got an 86 on that. I was thinking like a backup. So we can always look at the unsigned. I think we're fine for now. I don't think there's anything. And like I said, I don't think Carson Palmer is going to Buffalo. David Garrard, Matt Hass, just TJ Yates. I'm just Alex Smith, bless his heart. I just don't think any of these guys are worth it. All right, Pro Day's coming up. Obviously, we're going to scout. I don't really know. Our biggest needs right now are a quarterback if we get it, a wide receiver returner, and an outside linebacker. That's all we really need. And then we just fill spots that we need players in. My guide here says on recruiting on pro days, we can do quarterbacks, defensive ends, linebackers. And so I probably want to do, I think I put a couple quarterbacks on here. So we'll look at both of them. Obviously, the linebackers, because I'm curious about them. Because that's probably who we're going to look. Defensive tackles are not. Yeah, they're on the list. We'll look at them. And then it says defensive backs. So I don't know if I put cornerbacks on here. Oh, I did put a couple. So we'll be able to fill this up pretty easily. Oh my God, why did I do this? And then I'm not sure if did I put any tight ends here? They're not on the list, but I will definitely look at some of them. Because wide receivers, I think we got to do on the last scouting thing. But we'll do this. We'll check out these players, see what we find out, and then get ready to go. Doesn't look like... let's see, did we find out anything on the quarterbacks at all? Oh, okay, they're in the 70s. Let's see if we got anything on their throw power. Throw power, 95, 93 respectively. Throw power, not good throwing the run, not good at speed. That makes sense. He's probably a pocket quarterback. Throw accuracy mid, no throw on the run, and he's not good at carrying. Okay, so we may not be finding our answer at quarterback here. That is interesting to know. Checking our linebackers here. Block shedding and zone coverage. I like to see that. Not bad on that. Do we want to go this high for a linebacker, though? Do we got some numbers on them? 70s, 60s. Okay, middle linebackers. 81, so Eldrin Graham. He's not fast. He's got great celebration. He's not good at man coverage. Ugh. Acceleration. Oh, my God. What's going on with this draft class? This is pretty sad. Acceleration and jumping. we can get another lockdown corner to assist Antoine Best, we could be set. Who knows, though? Let's move on. All right, we got 5 players. We can do individual workouts, and I really just don't know who to go through here. I really don't know. Plus injury, that's good. The speed of 97. We'll get Nige Brand. I want to look at this Tim Thomas, who's 3rd round. Curry Hartsfield looks like a good one to check. We'll ask Derek Barbo to come in, but I don't think he's going to be on the board at 28. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't know if we'll find a hidden gem this year like we did last year. That's kind of the sad part of it all. Let's I feel like I've not done a great job looking this year. I think I'll just do the other cornerback. And we'll see if we can find a hidden gem on that. So Cox catching. I do like the catching. I wish I had his speed and stuff. So we'll invite him in. No, that's a waste. It's stupid not to do another quarterback. I'll do Luke Stone just to see. All right, Luke Stone is an 81 starting out. Holy crap. That puts him 5 ahead of Wasom and 2 behind. I don't think we can get that, though. I don't think we can trade up to get him. His throw accuracy deep is amazing, though. That would definitely help us. Nige Brand, he is 74 overall wide receiver. That would put him as the 3rd best. That could be a good slot receiver for us. His speed is 97. I really like him. Again, a 1st round pick. I don't think he's going to be there. So I don't know. Curry Hartsville, outside linebacker, 78 potential B. That'd make him tied for our 2nd best linebacker, 3rd best, 4th best. Okay, he's moved on down the list a little bit. But he's got some good stats. And then I tried Barbo 76 for a corner. That puts him right behind Gerald Thomas. B potential. And I feel like I've missed somebody. Oh my God. Oh, Tim Thomas, the other receiver, 67. That was a bad pro day, I guess. Oof. All right, so we got some options. Again, I don't know. That catching traffic in this a slot. I really think I might try to trade up and get a higher pick, but I don't know who would do it. All right, let's go into the NFL draft. I've got 6 places I want to draft for. The 3 that we have to get players from, we can always do free agency later, but we need an outside linebacker, a cornerback, and a defensive end just to fill the roster. I also want to find quarterback, defensive tackle, and wide receiver. We'll see what happens. But this ought to be interesting. Let's get into it. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but we'll jump back and forth and see what happens. It looks like the Falcons are trading, and the Giants are going to come up and take the top pick, I guess, now. Well, there goes Stone, the Luke Stone. He went number 2 in the draft. I'm not sure what we're going to do when we come up. We're at the very bottom. I'll sim to it and see what happens. All right, I'm looking through everybody who's been drafted, and I honestly think that one wide receiver that I was looking at may still be on the board. Top 5. We also got a running back. We don't need him. We also have DeMarco Wallace, who's a left end. We do need a defensive end, but we don't know anything about him. Derek Barbo, we looked at him as well. Let's see our scouted players. Yeah, Barbo's up there. Hugh Rogers. Najee Brand. I was really looking at him. Barbo's a cornerback. But I feel like Najee Brand can come in and be an immediate playmaker for us in that slot. He is predicted to go bottom of the first round. That scares me. I feel like I have to take him because our offense struggled so much. So I'm going to. And then maybe Barbo will still be up there at some point. I doubt it. And I'm sure DeMarco Wallace will go. All right, so we'll take Najee Brand just to give us another wide receiver. All right, so lots more drafted. We're to the next pick now. I'm pretty sure all of our boys. Yeah, DeMarco Wallace went a couple picks after us. Who'd he go to? Can't even tell. Hurts my feelings. It's like you can't see anything in this mode. And then I'm sure Barbo has went. Yeah, he got drafted. Ugh. So I'm not sure. Yakov Butler. He's a 3rd round pick, though. I don't need another wide receiver at this point. Looking at the best available. AJ Bates is still on the board. And Wes Howard, a quarterback. I don't think we get a quarterback at this point. I think that would be ridiculous. Part of me wants to take a stab at that wide receiver who's still on the board. I wish I knew. Free agents available, though. Jay Stewart, 81 overall. Where does that put him? As a tight end, 81 would be our second best. So maybe we need to just get a tight end on the free agency market. So that seems the best thing to do there. I'm going to keep him in mind. That'll give us another weapon. We've got a wide receiver. We need a defensive end. Outside linebacker. We got Graham, who's still on the board, but I didn't really. We know he's kind of fast. .83 speed here, 81 there. Delray Branch may be a better player. We don't know much about Butler. Cox. I thought we scouted a little bit more on players, but maybe I'm wrong. Again, I swear I scouted every time we were supposed to, but I don't think we learned a lot about anybody. This game's just really rough about that. I'm thinking maybe I'll take Graham. 6'3", 234. We know he's fast. That's Stewart. Does it? Oh, those are just top free agents, so we don't even know what it is. Well, that's just stupid. We're running out of time too. So we got Graham, or we've got the next best right outside line. Oh, we didn't look at him. I think I'll take Graham. Maybe. I'm very indecisive this draft. I feel like we've not done our homework. Branch could still be around in the third round, so I'll take Graham now. All right, round 3. Dion Cox is still there. We don't know much about him. Here's an outside linebacker here. Not bad in the 70s, Devon Culliver. I'm guessing all the other players that we wanted are gone. That's, again, I wish there was a way to look at them by round or whatever, but this game's just like, whatever. You're going to take it this way and you're going to like it. So we're really drafting blind this year. Yeah, some of the players that we looked for just gone. It's not even a fun way to do this. Like I said, we need an outside linebacker. We looked at 2 of them. I think I'll go with this Devon Culliver. Just because we know him a little bit more. He can always play right outside. Let's simulate the next pick. It says we scouted these guys, but we have nothing on their attributes. Except on a couple. All right, we still need a cornerback, I think. And it's just, I don't even know what the best available is. We still have this tight end that nobody's took that's... Part of me wants to just draft him since he's a second-round pick and nobody has went after him. That could be bad, though. But I'm all about taking chances, so we'll draft Markel Rice. All right, let's see if we can do hidden gems here. I honestly don't know if... We looked at Ernest Young, but I don't have anything about him. There's just nothing else really here. Let's look at our defensive ends. We know Lawrence is very slow. Lawrence is the only one we got left that like I said, I feel like we just got screwed on actually drafting anything. Oh my God, that dude was from Eastern Kentucky. He's a colonel. Let's go, buddy. I wish I could look at more information and see where like he's from and stuff, but it's just not a thing. I really don't know. We're in the 5th round. I mean, this is where you find hidden gems, but I'm not sure. I'm going to draft this guy here, Darian Holloway. No, we'll wait until the end if he's still there. He's from Texas State. So I like that. So let's just go to the best available on everybody. And I think I'll come down here. Javik Grove is going to be our reach. He's going to be 6'1" cornerback. We'll see if he becomes anything. All right, round 6 here. I'm not sure what to go with. I was looking for, like, in worst case scenario, you pick somebody from Alabama. But I'm not sure if that's going to help us. Is it Texas A&M Kville? Knoxville? I don't know what that is. All right, I'm going to take Darian Holloway. He's the Texas State boy. Bring him onto it. And then we got 1 pick left, and I have no idea what we're going to take. It's going to be toward the end of the draft. There is not a lot of players left, I don't think. Let's see what we got here at the top. Another defensive tackle. Tight end. 6'5" tight end seems pretty nice. 6'4". I don't think we need to guess on another. We got a Alabama player here that we just reach out for. Might go to this Dante Randolph, 6 foot, 256, middle linebacker. USC AC Mims, 6'1", free safety. He might be worth taking a chance at. Bethune-Cookman, look at that. Yeah, there's just not a lot left on the table. This draft was very thin. I'm just going to say, very, very thin draft. So maybe we didn't miss much not drafting. I'm going to take this 6'4" tight end, I think, or 6'3". He's 265. He's 251. 6'3" or 6'4". We'll take 6'3". He's 265. He's heavier. He's a good blocker, I think. I think he may be the winning combination here. Though this Dante Randolph, I was looking at him. No, he'll be unsigned. Let's go ahead and take our 6'3" tight end. See if we get lucky. All right, the draft's over. Here's our players. We'll see how they turn out. I don't know if I'm very happy about it, but that's who we have. Well, this is disconcerting. It said we had the worst draft in the entire league. I thought I did a better job, but we didn't need a lot of players, but I guess we just screwed up the Ravens, like in real life, and the Patriots in real life did great, but evidently the players that we picked are trash. So, yeah, good to know. All right, we're advancing to the preseason. We'll see how this goes. I feel like we had a failure of an offseason. We come off such a good year. And now the other teams get to invite undrafted rookie free agents. We don't get to do that. That's not nice. I didn't have an option to do this. All right, so looking at the trade block, we've actually got an offer for Marquise Benjamin. Now, looking right now, it seems like the big things we're going to have to get is I need to sign a right outside linebacker to fill that void. We do need a fullback. Green Bay is offering a fullback who would be better than Shakir Diggs, so I'm interested just to see what that is. If we do get rid of Marquise Benjamin, we'll probably have to sign another safety just to fill that void. But I'm interested to see what this deal is and what Green Bay is offering us. They'll give us a second round draft pick in 2 years for Ahmad Hall. We'll do this little trick here where you go down here and we'll see what he is. Is it all this? Okay, there he is. He's full. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. Overall 85. He's got 6 years left on his contract. He's 33. He'd be 39. Ugh. That is, I don't know if that's a good deal or not. Okay, wait a second. So just going on here, looking at their fullbacks, they got a fullback with a speed of 0. Do you really want to trade this dude? I don't think we need him. As much as I'd love to trade and get something, that other draft pick is pretty nice. We'd save a little on the draft. I don't know. I may hold on to that and let you all give me a a thought process on that one. All right, so that brings us to the preseason. We'll play the Jets, and I'm going to definitely this year throw a whole bunch of the players who have not played up there first so we could figure out their stats and stuff. I've learned from the last 2 seasons that you don't even want to play your starters because that's somewhat ridiculous. So, like, going into these games, I'm totally going to throw, like, the Stephen Daniel and Connor DeRise in there because there's no sense playing our guys. We already know what they can do. We have a few walk-ons who have come on, but other than that, we just really need to figure out some of our players, which we already know. Wow, Kyrie Mays and Najee Brand are going to be great complementary players to Tyree Baltimore, I think, this year. Here's this tight end we got, Markel Ross. We'll have to see how he goes. I also believe, yeah, he may jump. Joe Glass is pathetic. He's 72, but he plays like 58. We didn't pick up any linemen or anything. Again, the goal is just not to get hurt and try these players out. So Keanu Walters and Bivens, what a name. So yeah, we picked up Jason Jones, who's going to play a lot. So yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting year just to see how our players go. And I want to, test these new. Obviously, we got Antoine Best, who's a beast. But I want to see what Javik Grove and Preston Owens here, who walked on, what he can do. And go from there. And I'm sorry I didn't show like the walk-ons, but you don't even know. Like, you see, they throw Brenton Wesley and Terrin Benjamin, who we're going to cut like first day, unless they're like super amazing. But as of right now, I think this is where we're kind of stuck. Let's go check the free agent market and see if there's anybody here that would be worth picking up. So that Jonathan Stewart's a running back. But going through here, David Garrard he's less than Stevie Myers and only beats Connor Waysome. He's the only one, 11-year veteran. I don't know if that would be better. We're pretty stacked on halfbacks unless we have an injury. A fullback, that's really low. We probably have to sign one of them just to have enough fullbacks on the bench. No big wide receivers. Is that Antoine Bolton? Oh, it's Andreas Bolton. They tricked me. We'll have to see if any of our players we let go. Shienko's still out there, but we drafted 2 tight ends, so we might have to pick him up mid-season just to see what's going on. So there's lots of people here that we can look into. I'll go kind of slow so you all can see if there's anybody in this top little thought that you all would think make good signings, but we're pretty stout across the board, to be honest. The only position where our offensive line is 86, 84, 85, 85, 90. Defensive line is 80, 87, 80, 82. Our linebackers are 88, 87, and 86. We could probably use a right outside linebacker. Like I said, we need that spot. A lot of these guys are just aging veterans who I don't think anybody's picking up, unfortunately, for them. Like I said, maybe there's some linebackers here who, this guy's not 33 years old. Barrett Rude. So, yeah, it's one of those situations where 78 middle linebacker would have been good if we needed somebody, but we got that Brandon Spikes from the Patriots, I believe. Not seeing anything that's really good here. Cornerbacks. I wonder if Chimdi Chekwa got signed somewhere. I'm sure he did. I mean, I don't see him here. But then again, I wasn't really looking. I'd like to know where some of our players went that we let go. But yeah, that's kind of all that's out here. So I'll let you all sweat on that one and see if there's anybody we need to pick up before I click over and start the year. Let's see here. I guess I could always go to news and see who got signed. Lord, this would be awful to go through this and try to figure out where everybody is at. Look at this. Look at all these signings. That is just crazy. Lots of one-year deals. So, yeah, they got to go jump on their free agency way before I did, which I think is crap. It's not even fair that they get to jump on that and drain the budget. It doesn't really leave us anything. So, yeah, I couldn't find somebody if I wanted to going through all this stuff because we don't know when they would be signed. This is a nightmare. It'd probably be easier just to go on there and look at cornerbacks and see who has him. Oh, poor Chimdi Chekwa. Oh, he's so unhappy in his picture. He's on the Lions. That is rough. That is very rough. The other person I was wanting to look at's a center. But Chimdi Chekwa ended up on the Lions. Tough break for him. Oof. Oh, this one hurts. Keaston Pruitt, who wouldn't sign with us, went and played for the Ravens. I'm not even mad at the boy. He's probably going to be a starter here soon if Demarius Strong, their pick, doesn't come out well. That one hurts. Wonder what he signed for. Because I'm going to be pissed if he didn't sign for a lot. 1 year for I offered him over $1 million a year and he wouldn't take it. What a jerk. All right, so here's going to be our preseason schedule to figure out our players. We'll go at the Jets, at the Vikings. We'll play the last place Falcons at home, and then Buffalo coming to visit us. So a lot of different teams. We'll see what we find out about our players. Again, let me know in the comments what you all are thinking about the team and what we need to improve on, if we need to go for that trade or whatnot. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy the series. Hit that like button down below. Thank you so much. God bless. And don't forget to make good decisions. Go Coups. A special thanks to these June Patreon supporters. If they were Skittles, they'd come in a rainbow of fruit flavors. Eccentric, Zachary McKinley, Nicholas Absher, Azur Rain, James Matisse, The Least Expected, Kiana Handy, and Party Commissar.